This is crazy. The Game Awards was only a few days ago, but already hell is breaking loose within the industry. This is a little postmortem of the Game Awards. I didn't really cover everything I wanted to properly before. We all know what happened. Black Myth Wukong was robbed of actually getting Game of the Year, despite winning Player's Choice and having one of the biggest hype cycles and player counts in Steam chart history. Instead, this cute little 3D platformer won instead. Sony must have fed Jeff well, if you know what I mean. I have nothing against Astrobot. In fact, I played it, and it was pretty fun, but I wouldn't even consider giving it Game of the Year. But never mind that, these award shows are so rigged and worthless anyway. Before anything else, I want to get this out of the way. Ken Kutaragi, the quote-unquote father of the PlayStation, got the first shout out of the night, which I appreciated. It was nice seeing this man again, but wait, why is he getting up? Is he going on stage?
The great Ken Kutaragi!
No, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing?
Tonight,
what are you doing?
we
Stop!
welcome the
No!
double
Oh,
nominee to
God!
compete-
Oh God, poor guy. He just embarrassed himself in front of millions of people. It was pretty funny though. Now, let's get into the stuff I wanted to mention. We all knew that The Witcher 4 was confirmed some time ago, and the trailer we saw showed off much more mature Ciri than when we last saw her. She honestly doesn't look that bad. But it's anything but ideal, make no mistake about that. I think CD Projekt Red is more than capable of delivering when it comes to the character design department. The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 have some of the hottest 3D characters out there. Emphasis on some of the hottest. One thing I will admit about Ciri here is that she looks so off-putting and her outfit is very bulky and masculine looking. It's a departure from where we last left her and it will take some time to get used to. Hopefully she doesn't wear this the entire game and has a more feminine outfit later on. It's no joke. Aesthetics are something I care about deeply when it comes to games like this. Ciri gives off a Super Mario Bros. Movie Peach vibe, if you get what I mean. She's ugly at one angle but pretty the next. I can't really decide, so you can be the judge. Either way, despite the horrible launch of Cyberpunk, we all saw how that game improved with time and how much better it got thanks to the influence of this lolly named Rebecca. I'd like to choom her. Quick update. It appears that Witcher 4 is going to be woke after all. I wonder if the Straw Hats have room for an 11th member of their crew. Up next revealed was a brand new Elden Ring, sequel, or expansion, MMO. I'm not sure what it is to be honest, but it looks really cool. It seems like From Software is tripling down with their IP. That was their biggest success. Also, it looks incredible. I'll be honest, I wasn't really good at Elden Ring, but I did appreciate the passion that From Software had to create such a universally beloved title. One day, I might be able to beat it and warrant getting into Night Rain.
You suck.
Good on those guys. Another announcement that I unfortunately forgot about was the new game from Team ICO. Out of everything, I was not expecting this at all. It seems like the companion character for this game will be a giant mech's head. Interesting. The Okami sequel, Project Century, and of course Crimson Desert are all on my to-play list. So yeah, not all of the reveals were bad. I was a bit disingenuous with my last video. I was just frustrated that the show was so long and boring, thanks to all the shitty speeches from these out-of-touch celebrities and woke game developers. I'm upset that Stellar Blade did not win anything this year. The cuckolds who run these award shows are too afraid to shine a huge light on that game. It is what it is. I don't particularly care anymore, but what I did find interesting was this speech that pretty much exposed the entire AAA Western game industry for their greed and anti-fun development cycles.
I realize you guys have been sitting here for over 3 hours, but I still have some time credits from last year to cash in. So it turns out that not only will I be the one who will know as first which game wins tonight, but I actually also know which game is going to win next year, the year after, and the year after. Now, how do I know this? Well, an oracle told me. She said, change is coming. It's a modern oracle, so they made me sign an NDA, but I trust all of you. I know you can keep a secret, you will never leak it. The oracle told me that the Game of the Year 2025 was going to be made by a studio who found the formula to make it up here on stage. It's stupidly simple, but somehow it keeps on getting lost. Studio made their game because they wanted to make a game that they wanted to play themselves. They created it because it hadn't been created before. They didn't make it to increase market share. They didn't make it to serve as a brand. They didn't have to meet arbitrary sales targets or fear being laid off if they didn't meet those targets. And furthermore, the people in charge forbade them from cramming the game with anything whose only purpose was to increase revenue and didn't serve the game design. They didn't treat their developers like numbers on a spreadsheet. They didn't treat their players as users to exploit. And they didn't make decisions they knew were short-sighted in function of a bonus or politics. They knew that if you put the game and the team first, the revenue will follow. They were driven by idealism and wanted players to have fun. And they realized that if the developers didn't have fun, nobody was going to have any fun. They understood the value of respect, that if they treated their developers and players well, those same developers and players would forgive them when things didn't go as planned. But above all, they cared about their game because they loved games. It's really that simple, said the Oracle.
He was a bit vague and a bit too kind for my liking, but he did expose that exploitative bullshit that we often see from woke game developers. Mind you, his game, Baldur's Gate 3, won Game of the Year. It was deserved too. Despite how woke that game may be, it is a really good game, and the good outweigh the bad in it. So that's all I wanted to say regarding the Game Awards of 2024. Let's just hope that, in the future, we get more games like Stellar Blade and Black Myth Wukong, and less games like Conquered or Dragon Age the Veilguard. Sayonara, guys.